This frog has a stomach that is basically a bottomless pit, and the things on its menu will absolutely shock you. This is the American bullfrog, North America's biggest frog and an absolute eating machine. You've probably heard its famous deep, booming croak coming from a pond at night, but there is a very dark side to this impressive amphibian. I'm going to show you what makes it such an unstoppable predator and why scientists now consider it one of the most dangerous invasive species on the entire planet. Let's get right to it. The bullfrog's diet. These guys are the opposite of picky eaters. They live by one simple rule. If it moves and it can fit in my mouth, I'm going to eat it. And their mouths are huge. Of course, they eat the normal stuff like big insects, spiders, and spiders and crayfish. But that's just the appetizer. They've been documented eating snakes, lizards, small turtles, other frogs, including other bullfrogs, and even small mammals like mice and shrews that get too close to the water. And maybe the most shocking thing of all, they will sit at the edge of a pond and snatch small birds and even bats out of the air as they swoop down to drink. So how do they catch all this stuff? They are masters of the ambush. A bullfrog will sit perfectly still at the edge of a pond, and its greenish-brown skin provides perfect camouflage against the mud and plants. It will wait, sometimes for hours, without moving a muscle. But the second an unsuspecting animal comes within range, the bullfrog explodes into action. It uses its incredibly powerful back legs to lunge forward, and its big, sticky tongue, which is attached to the front of its mouth, flips out and snatches the prey in the blink of an eye. An animal this good at eating and surviving sounds kind of awesome, right? A real champion of the animal kingdom. So what's the problem? Why is this frog now considered a global pest? Well, the problem started when we got involved. The American bullfrog is originally from the eastern and central parts of the United States. But in the early 1900s, people got the idea that frog legs were a tasty meal. So they started setting up frog farms and shipping bullfrogs out to the western US, down to South America, over to Europe, and into Asia. And as you can probably guess, the frogs escaped. In these new environments, the bullfrogs had found paradise. There were no natural predators big enough to eat them, and there was plenty of food. They started breeding like crazy, and this led to an ecological disaster. They easily outcompeted the smaller native frogs for food and space. But they didn't just outcompete them, they ate them. Entire populations of native frogs and snakes were literally wiped out by these new invaders. To make things worse, bullfrogs can carry a deadly disease called the chytrid fungus. The bullfrogs themselves are mostly immune to it, but it's incredibly lethal to hundreds of other amphibian species around the world. That deep, booming juggo-rum call you hear is the sound of a male bullfrog telling everyone that this part of the pond is his. It's a warning to other males and an invitation to females. It's the sound of the bullfrog taking over. But the real secret to their success, the final piece of the puzzle, is their amazing life cycle. A single female bullfrog can lay a clutch of up to 20,000 eggs. And while most frog tadpoles you see transform into frogs within a few weeks or months, the bullfrog plays the long game. A bullfrog tadpole can stay a tadpole, living in the water, for up to 3 years. This allows them to grow huge, sometimes bigger than other full-grown frog species, which means very few things can eat them. This long tadpole stage acts as a backup plan. If there's a bad year with a drought, the adult frogs might die, but there's still a whole generation of massive tadpoles waiting in the water, ready to transform when conditions get better. It's a massive survival advantage. So, to sum it up, the American bullfrog is a monster eater that will happily snack on birds and snakes. This incredible appetite and our love for frog legs have turned it into a destructive, invasive species that is wrecking ecosystems all over the world. And its secret weapon is its life cycle, with giant tadpoles that can survive for years, ensuring the bullfrog army is always ready to grow. If you want to learn about more animals with a surprising dark side, hit that subscribe button.